Okay. So today we are going to discuss on how to get user input in C++. Input means giving something to the computer. So today, children, we are going to learn how to give some data to the computer. Here, something means to give some data. In our case, we are going to give few numbers. That is what we are going to learn first. We are going to give numbers to the computer for it to be processed, for it to be, perform some kind of calculation and then give us the result. That is what we are going to do, or what we are going to learn in the first situation. That is, we are going to learn how to give some value to a program which in the meanwhile will perform certain calculation and give us the result. That is what we are going to learn first. So today's discussion will be how to give user input. Now, before discussing what is it, first of all, let me tell you what happens without the user input. So your concept will be very clear. I'll show you with the help of a program first. Okay, so here you can see this is a format of the C++ program which you have learned so far. And here what I'm going to do is using variables which we have already learned in the class prior to this class. Using variables, I'm going to find the sum of two numbers, that is 5 and 6. So let me take two integers. So a, which is being initialized with 5, and b, which is being initialized with 6. And I'll also take a variable, say c, where I'm going to store the sum of a and b. So c equal to a plus b. What am I doing? I'm adding the value of c, value of a and b, and storing it in c. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to display the sum of these two numbers. That is, I'm going to display the uh, sum of 5 and 6, which is stored in c, that is 11. Okay, so this is our complete program. Now what happens? A is being initialized with 5 and b is being initialized with 6. So c equal to a plus b means 5 plus 6, which happens to 11, and this 11 is then assigned to the variable c. And after that, what am I doing? I'm printing a message, sum equal to, it is within quotation. I believe you remember that if you have something within quotation, it will be displayed as it is, and then I'm displaying the value of C. And what is the value of C? The value of C is 5 plus 6, that is 11. So it's going to display 11. Let's run the program. So I'm going to run the program now. I'm going to press Control and F9, and it's linking, and then you can see the result, that is sum equal to 11. This is at the upper left corner of your screen. You can see it's showing you the result, sum equal to 11. Now what I'm going to do is again let me run. So again I'm going to press Control and F9. So let me press once again Control and F9. Oh my goodness, again it's showing me sum equal to 11, and of course it's quite obvious. Why? Because it is always adding 5 and 6. Let me run it for the third time. Let's see whether I get something different or not. So Control and F9, and again we get sum equal to 11, because the program is never changing. Suppose I want to add 7 and 8. What do I need to do? Again I have to come back to this program, change this 5 to 7. I'm editing this program, and then 6 I'm changing it to 8, and now again I'm going to press Control and F9. So now it's showing me the sum of 7 and 8, that is sum equal to 15. Again, if I execute it once again, it's going to show me the same result, that is sum equal to 15. So now that means in case I want to add two different numbers, I have to change the program out here. Now, how about a situation where as soon as we run the program, the computer is going to ask me for two numbers, and only those two numbers it's going to add. So this asking of a computer for two numbers, this is called input, which we are going to learn first. So first of all, let me remove this, because it is always going to add 7 and 8, and our purpose won't be solved, and it will be a clumsy program always adding 7 and 8, isn't it? So what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to give a message to the user, asking the user, that means whoever is going to use your program, to enter two numbers. So enter two numbers. This one is the normal cout statement, and it is within quotes. You understand what happens. Since it is within quotes, it is going to display this message. And after this, something very interesting I'm going to do. I'm going to write C in and look at the cascading symbol. It is greater than symbol. You can see over here. C out has a opposite symbol, less than symbol, and C in has a opposite symbol, greater than symbol. Now, this is to differentiate between C in and C out. C out, I told you that it's used to display the result on the screen. And C in is used to take input through the screen. That means I'm going to give some value to the program through the screen. Now I'm going to illustrate that. Do not worry at all. Now scene A and B, because I have two variables, two numbers A and B. So what am I writing out here? Scene A and B. And then what am I doing? I'm adding this A and B and storing the sum in C. Now what am I doing? I am displaying the value of the variable C, which contains the sum of A and B. Let's see what is the effect in the output. That is very important. You need to understand that we have to understand how this entire thing works. It's very easy to tell that, cin is used to do some kind of input, but how does it work? Let's see. Let me run this program once again. Control and F9. Okay, now you can see at the upper top left corner of the screen, it's written enter two numbers. Let me enter two numbers, say 5 and 6. Now what will happen is the number 5 will go to the first variable in the cin statement. In the cin statement, after the cascading symbol, that is greater than symbol, I had written A. So the number 5 will first go to the variable A, because that is the first variable. And the second number, that is 6, will go to the second variable, that is B. So A will be 5 and B will be 6. And you see the answer, sum equal to 11. This is what happens. So the first number goes to the variable A because that is kept in the first place, and the second number will go to the second variable B because that is kept in the second place. Again, let me run the program. Let me press Ctrl and F9 once again. Okay, again it's giving me enter two numbers. Okay, this time I'm going to give 7 and 8. So 7 goes to A, 8 goes to B, and C equal to 7 plus 8, that is 15, and that is why it is showing you the result, that is sum equal to 15. Okay, once again, let me run the program. Control and F9. Once again, it's asking me for a number. So let me give a bigger number, 12, followed by a space. You may give a single space or multiple spaces, doesn't matter. 24. So 12 and 24. There you can see that is 12 plus 24 is 36, because 12 goes to the variable A, 24 goes to variable B, and these two numbers are added. So 12 plus 24 gives you 36. So hence the result sum equal to 36, because I am displaying the value of C out here. And what does C contain? Whatever the user gives inside the variables A and B. So I believe you can understand what is happening over here, right? I think you can understand. So every time you run this program, it's going to ask for two new numbers. Now, one more thing, one small thing, but it matters a much when you run the program. Once again, let me run and then I'm going to tell you what is going to happen. Okay, now let me enter a number 78. So 78 goes to the first variable, that is A. Now this time I'm not going to put the space bar. Instead, I'm going to press the or hit the enter key on the keyboard. Okay, so now you see the cursor is still there. That means it is expected that the computer is expecting for the next input, that is whatever you give as input will be taken into the variable B. What I want you to know is it is not necessary to input both the numbers in the same line. You may use two different lines. Enter the first number followed by the enter key, enter the second number followed by the enter key. It is still going to work. That is what I wanted to tell you. Okay, let me input 23. So 23 will get into the variable B. Now let me hit the enter key on the keyboard. Okay, now you can see 78 plus 23 is 101. So it's again adding it in the same way. So no difference, except the way I input, that is very important. Either you can input in a single line where each number will be separated by a single or multiple spaces, or after every number you can hit the enter key on the keyboard and enter the next number. That is how you can do the input in C++. I believe you understood how to take user input, and even this time I'm going to give you assignments, and I expect you to complete the entire work as soon as possible and post it back in the group. So thank you. Bye.